Alright, so wanted to be doing this. What's up, guys? I quickly realized I didn't film a intro for this video. Either that or I've lost it. I don't know. But anyway, today I'm trying to finish up the install on the interior of the F-250, so hope you enjoy the video, and I'll see you in there. Earlier, but we are shampooing the carpets in the truck. They're pretty gross. Now that everything else is in here. So I will try to set you guys up to where you can see a little bit of the process. Basically, it's just putting down the cleaner, scrubbing it in, and then extracting it all the dirt and the cleaner, everything out. Pretty straightforward, but we just got to do the whole truck, and then we're going to be dressing the door panels up, and just cleaning it up, getting it ready. So let's get it. So that's what came out of one side of the truck. So that's the passenger front and passenger rear carpet. Gross. All right. So while you guys were napping, I went ahead and cleaned up the door panels, dressed them up. Bam, bam. We did the dashboard. Got it all clean. So I'm gonna wait to do the seats because I'm getting ready to do the headliner. I'm gonna be crawling all over the seats. So I'm gonna do the seats last so that conditioner has a lot of time to soak in there. But I'm gonna try using the DA on the headliner because as you guys have seen in previous videos, it's bad. So I'm gonna give it a shot. Well, what do you think? Now we'll know a little more once it dries, but that's kind of the process. GP, and then you use a really soft finishing microfiber, and you put your DA on like setting like 2 or 3, 2.5, somewhere in that area. And just keep it moving. Do it light. Don't put any real pressure on it. Some of the tight areas we'll have to get by hand with just the rag, but definitely going to speed it up using the DA.
Use this bucket up here?
Huh?
I can use your bucket that you have up front up here to wash my clothes. I mean, wash my clothes.
That boy gonna wash his clothes in a car wash bucket. I know we broke, but we ain't that broke.
My car, man. My car.
Yeah, you can do that. So headliner's clean as we're gonna get it with what we have. It was pretty hammered, so it's still drying. So we'll really get to see what it's gonna actually be like when it dries out, and we can kind of see what we're left with. And we may end up having to like dye it or something like that. I mean, I could replace it, but I got to take a window, like a wind, maybe when I do the back glass, because that is going to get changed eventually. We'll pull the headliner, but I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. We may just, if it's still too like grimy, we may end up just dyeing it, and you can spray that dye on there. So we may end up doing that. I don't know. We'll see. But we'll let it dry, see what it turns out like. Yeah, and anybody who says like that's a really aggressive cleaning method for a headliner, it is. But that headliner is hammered, so we're not going to make it any worse than it was already. So
There we go. There we go. That's what we needed. Let's see the other side. Whoa, we gotta be fast with the little digits. Can't let that little girl fall down there. That's Never Neverland. Never get it back. Oop, oop.
Gross. Run to the store, grab that. But I want to show you guys something real quick. I was going to throw the running boards on, and I can't because the cab is fucked up. Look. Ugh.
Do you paint the car? Like, because I'm having paint the fender in the bumper here. That's what he said. How? We need to do the car. The playing field, mechanical field, and
See where it's all destroyed? It should look through the front, so it should be able to bolt through. At some point, these things got ripped off the cab, so I have to gonna have to weld in like a plate back here on the cab. Weld all this up. Well, there's a big solid plate. There's actually where it like folded back. Like, I have no idea what they did this. No idea what happened to this cab. But anyway, that's what we got to do. Weld in some steel, and then we'll be able to bolt these guys up. But that has become a larger project at this point. So, is what it is. So we'll be working on that during the week sometime. I'll get some metal welder on up. So here's the headliner. Not too shabby. Well, you're probably blind, super blind now. But I'm gonna change out these bulbs for some LEDs. These ones up here too. I dropped the what you call it down. You're flying high. But so we dropped all that, and now we are gonna run to advanced and get the air filter, pop that in, and then probably call it a day. So we'll get those light bulbs and then pop them in, and then that'll be that as far as what we're doing today. So just waiting on that harness from Ford. Should be here tomorrow, and we'll pop that in and fire this thing up and see how she does. So yeah. All right, guys, so one last thing I want to tackle before we call it quits on this video is the install of the radio harness. So it's the next day. We're just doing all this, a couple hours at a time here and there when we can. So you'll notice my shirt's changed and whatever. But anyway, so today we're going to be putting in the new radio harness because I thought the one I had from my old F-250 would work. But this one needs a smart harness, you need an antenna adapter, you need some stuff. So I just went ahead and bought that, and plus I got the module that will let us use our steering wheel controls. Just nice to have. So figure if I had to spend the $100 or whatever on the right harness, I might as well spend a few extra bucks and get the right module to make the steering wheel controls work. So that's what we're gonna do this evening. Pop that in. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. And then tomorrow the trans harness should be here, but that'll be a different video. We'll get that trans harness all put back together and kind of do our first test rip in this thing, hopefully. So hopefully that's tomorrow. And Wednesday we've got the windshield coming. So I think if we get it running tomorrow evening, driving, I'll take it around the block just to make sure it's good. Wednesday, after the windshield gets put in, I'll see if I can go get it aligned. And then we'll be able to start driving this thing as a daily. So getting close. So, I'll show you what the seats came out like. They came out pretty good. If you guys can see in here, might not be able to. See if we can, and I can see, I don't know how well the camera will pick it up. But they are definitely let's see if we can, I guess let's the back up a little bit. In much better shape than they were. They were all just dried out and kind of beat before. Let me see if these backlights will come on. Change these bulbs out to LEDs, and you still can't see. Is this plugged in? Let's turn on the sunlight. So the back seat's looking good, looking choice. Move this light real quick. Ooh, oh damn. Swing this in. Swing it in. And that's the front seats. So not too bad. Not too bad. Little wear on them, but not bad at all. That's how the old King Ranches are supposed to be, right? I'll flip it around. Once I get the light in over there, I'll show you guys the driver's seat too. But let's get to installing this radio harness. What say you? That's the driver's seat. I don't know if you guys really saw what they looked like before, but I mean, this was super dried out. I mean, they still got some blemishes, some cracks in them, but they are much better, obviously, than the seats that were in here, and much better than they were before. And the process for that was literally I had put a rubber glove on this hand, put a bunch of conditioner on it, and then just rubbed it all over the seat, let it sit for about 20 or 30 minutes, and then came back and buffed off the excess. You know, and like this has still got some cracking and stuff like that and some discoloration, but all in all, I would say these seats are probably 7.5 out of 10. They're in decent shape. So in order to get this off, you just pop these two lower panels off, these guys. So you can find one in each side. And there's two screws behind it, and then this panel should just pop off. So let's get these screws out and then pop this panel off and get to going. It's always nerve-wracking. Can you hear stuff like that? So while we got this out, I'm gonna clean up behind here all this dust that I didn't get. So I'm gonna slide this out. It's just in there with two screws and two pegs. This came out of my old truck, and these, I guess, I don't know what happened to them. They broke off, but probably when I had it in the garage, something may have hit it. I don't know. But they're not there. But two holds it pretty good in there, so no issues there. So I'm gonna clean all this up, and then we will start wiring it up. Oh, and we just unplugged all the stuff off that control panel so we can easily access everything. So you can see this is where we spliced in before, and it plugs into the factory harness here. But now on these newer trucks, they have a couple of extra plugs. I think I just tucked them back here. These guys right here, which I guess are the CAN bus plugs for talking to the body control module or whatever it needs to talk to. So we have a new harness that also includes these. So I'm gonna bust out the old instructions and see exactly what it needs to go where, because obviously these wires are going to be different power. This is all speaker stuff, so this should all be the same, but obviously we've got some stuff that's got to go on through here, so we've got to figure that out and start wiring it up. Now we just got to repeat that process. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 more times, and then plug it all up and see if we get the juice, because everything else should be pre-wired. Let's give it a shot. So obviously we got no juice to the radio, but I was looking at the instructions, and apparently you have to go online and download some installation software on this thing. Why it doesn't come already done, I have no idea. Maybe it's vehicle specific. But that's kind of disheartening. Spend all this money, spend all this time wiring it up, kick the truck on, nothing. So I'm gonna go home, install the software, and then go from there. I just don't know why I wouldn't be getting 12 volts. Like, I guess maybe it runs to that little box. I don't know. We'll see. So, yeah. All right, guys. Well, I really wanted to make sure that stereo got installed and finalized, but you know, as it does, things happen and it doesn't always work out. But anyway, I'm gonna go home, download whatever installation deal you have to download. Guess I should have opened it up before I brought it here, but who would have thought? Anyway, so I'm gonna do that, bring it back, and the harness for the trans is supposed to be here tomorrow. It was supposed to be here today. Called the dealership, wasn't. Now they're saying today, or no, they're saying tomorrow. But anyway, so hopefully the next time I see you guys, we're putting in that trans harness, finish up that stereo install, and then taking this thing for a rip. So, you know, hope springs eternal. Anyway, that's gonna do it for this one, guys. I really appreciate you coming out and watching the videos. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If not, thumb it down. All right, just like Gladiator. Anyway, if you like the video and you feel like you want to see some more, consider subscribing. So I'll see you guys next time. Peace.